Shalom, shalom, sisters. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God of Israel. Call Yahweh Shem Shai. Hopefully, y'all are doing good in the spirit and preparing for the Sabbath. For those that keep Friday sundown to Saturday sundown Sabbath pre Shabbat Shalom to y'all. And pray Lord, y'all having a good prep day. This wasn't gonna be a long video. I've just been studying upon the controlling spirit, and I think that it's a spirit that can kind of sneak up on you. Like you might feel yourself just wanting things a certain way. Oh, I like my stuff this way, this way. Oh, you need to do this, that. But we gotta examine ourselves. And ask ourselves, do we have a controlling spirit? And nobody wants to be around somebody who is controlling, who always feels like they gotta have something go their way. If it doesn't go their way, then it's a problem, it's an issue. They're not open to any other suggestions, advice, counsel, etc. We gotta be willing to be humble, not always be that person to have to take charge of a situation. It's okay to vibe out, chill out, relax. Stand on the wall a little bit and observe. You don't always have to be, oh, I'm the leader. This is how we're gonna do it. This. We don't have to be like that, especially as women, because having a controlling spirit can be seen as masculine. It can be, it's a masculine trait, for the most part. Granted, as women, yes, we do have certain offices where we do tend to take charge, as in teaching children, teaching other sisters, womanly duties. In those cases, it's, acceptable to be controlling, but we don't want to be trying to control, men or husbands. We don't want to try to take authority in places where we're not supposed to take authority, and we don't want to be overbearing either when we are dealing with, our children, other sisters, etc. And it's just all part of denying the flesh, because everything is a spirit at the end of the day, and this kind of goes out by prayer and fasting. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and 5. Make sure my screen is showing. Shalom. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. So we don't want to have a spirit of control on us, because there's thousands of spirits that the Most High has created. There's thousands of spirits that the Most High has created. And it's important for us to be diligent and examine ourselves every single day to make sure, like, okay, am I offending anybody? Am I, overpowering a situation? Am I overpowering a room when I'm supposed to be, meek? I'm supposed to be gentle, kind, considerate, all these good things, like having the fruits of the Spirit. So we got to examine ourselves and make sure that we're moving that spirit of Yahushua, because Yahushua, he wasn't, overbearing and, oh, this, even though he very much well had that jurisdiction. So I'm not sure how much more so us. So we're going to remember that the Most High is in control. Let me get this phrase up. In the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 39, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt." So Yahushua had the spirit on him to humble himself down and be like, okay, even though this isn't the way that Yahushua necessarily wanted it to happen, like he was perfect. He didn't have to die. But he was humble enough to be like, okay, look, Lord, Father, your will over mine. Your will over mine. And we got to be humble like that with our brothers and sisters, in positions of where, We might have people over us, a head, a leader, whatever case may be, but especially the Most High. We don't want to make it seem like we don't trust the Most High and His will, because that's what it's all about. That's what this truth is all about, trusting the Most High and His will. We have no control over, the things that the Most High has put inside of His will. So we got to let go a little bit. We got to chill a bit. And I'm talking to myself as well. It's very much something that I've been studying on and I wanted to share with y'all. So Lord willing, it's edifying to y'all. I want to also I'm going to bring us out later, but I found a website and it brings out different signs of controlling behavior. So we're going to get into it. But just reading off my notes, we can plan. Let me go back. Hold on, let me read these comments. Come on. Not afraid to admit I definitely struggle with the spirit. This goes into calming down, being calm in the storm, and trusting the Most High's plan. When things don't go our way, I just did my exhortation on this. Come on, I'll praise the Most High. Yeah, we just gotta learn how to vibe out, man. Gotta trust in His will. Gotta trust in His will, man, because we're gonna drive ourselves crazy, thinking that I gotta be in control of this. I gotta make sure this goes out to this plan, and make sure this, and this, and this is the only way that this is gonna work. It's hard letting go. It's hard letting go of control. Like it feels good to be in control, but it's also a lot of power and responsibility. And the Most High never placed that on us. He never placed that on us. He said His yoke is. I gotta get it because He said, "My yoke is light." Okay. And the Most High, he didn't place us in this life just to be like, oh, well, you got to plan out every single thing and make sure that this, and this goes according to plan. If not, you're going off. You're not going to make it to the kingdom. No, He said just trust in Him. We got to trust in the Most High. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verse 30. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It is heavy. It is so heavy to try to control everything. Yahushua did not control everything. He knew that he had to put his trust and his faith in the Most High Yahweh, the Most High God. It's I'm telling you, it's a battle, a daily battle, but we got to learn how to try to trust the Most High. Just take that weight off our shoulders. Look, good Yahushua said His yoke is light. So if it ain't feeling light, then we got to examine and know that, hey, we're not doing something right. So, again, we can plan. There's nothing wrong with planning, being diligent, having an idea of, day to day or household, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, we got to keep in the back of our mind, everything is of the Lord's will. Everything is Lord willing. So, we can't control anyone. We can't control anyone except ourselves. We can't control anyone but ourselves. We can't control our husbands. We can't control our family members. We can't control sisters, cousin, auntie. We can only control our children to a certain extent. You can raise them up, in a way they should go according to the scriptures. But ultimately, everything's on the Most High. You can only control you yourself. You can control how you feel, how you react, what you say, etc., etc. So, I wanted to get. Let me get one more. Let me get one more really quick before I get into the rest of these notes. But come on, y'all. It's okay to give guidance. I'm not saying, not to input or anything, but just touching on husbands. You don't want to be that wife that has to know every single thing that's going on. Like, I need to know who you with. I need to know where you at every single minute of the day. I need to know this, and this, what you have in plan for this and that. Some things, as women, we just don't need to know. Some things we just don't need to know. Whether it be, we're just too emotional to handle it, whether it's just not that big of a deal for us to know in that present moment. It might even be something that's so minor you didn't even have to know that. He just went to the store to get a candy bar, and you tripping because you didn't tell me you were going to the store for 10 minutes. Some things it's just not expedient. So, like I was saying earlier, it's okay to give guidance, to our husbands, not to say you can't say anything, you gotta be a doormat, you can't say nothing, whatever the case may be. And as women, we can lead in certain situations where it's permissible, where it's not overbearing, where it's a platform given to be able to give sound counsel, sound advice, experience, if you have experience in that area. But of course, it's levels to it. And it's okay to be concerned. Of course, as women, we're nurturers. We worry about our husbands. We're like, okay, it's been so and so, so and so, no update. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to be overbearing or controlling. Because men, they don't like that. Trust, they don't like it. So we don't want that underlying controlling spirit. So I'm going to get Matthew. Oh, I got to share my screen. Hold on, y'all. Matthew 18 and verse 6. Right. Right. All you need to know is I'll be back. Okay? And we gotta learn how to be okay with that. We gotta learn how to be okay with that. Talking to myself as well, because we'll be back. Where are you going? Where are you going? What time will you be back? It's hard. It's hard letting go of control, y'all. It's really, really hard. It's something that we gotta pray on. But this is Matthew chapter 18 and 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So we don't want to offend anyone in this truth, not even just our husbands, but even other people in this truth that are in this world. We don't want to offend anybody because we don't know who anybody is. We don't know how the Most High is dealing with that person. Us as a morning man, we can, kind of just see and but ultimately the Most High knows. And we don't want to cause offense because we can't control our spirit. We gotta be in control. It's gotta be this way, that way. You don't want to be secretly manipulating the situation and to make it go a certain way and this and that. Like, no, we don't want to cause any offense because it says right here in the scriptures, it would be better for you than a millstone hanging by your neck. You would drown in the sea. So we don't want that. We don't want that. We can't be causing offense because people. I'm gonna get this in a second. This is the website I was telling y'all about. So signs of controlling behavior. What is controlling behavior? Everyone wants a measure of control over their own lives, correct? But controlling people also want to have a say in the lives of others. So just like I was saying earlier, we can only control ourselves, our emotions. We can't control other people in their lives. And when you do, this is how people be feeling. When you're on the receiving end of controlling behavior, it can make you feel embarrassed, angry, or inferior. And we don't want to make anybody feel like that. We don't want to make our husbands feel like that. We don't want to make other sisters feel like that. Brothers, cousins, whoever. So we don't even want to feel like that. So that just goes into loving our neighbors as ourselves. We don't want to make anybody else feel embarrassed, angry, inferior because we are overbearing, we're controlling, we're doing too much. We're doing too much. So, and then it goes into coercive. Coercive control is just going into more so violence, but we're not going into that because Lord forbid anybody is violently controlling the situation. So just the spiritual aspect, going into how we speak to people, the way we move in, okay? So signs of controlling behavior, some of the signs are they insist on having their way. This is number one for a reason. For a reason. It's the sneakiest part because, I'm gonna just speak for myself. Saying he'll hop on me sometimes like, bro, I want this way. I don't want to see it any type of other way. I like it that way. We're going to keep it that way. Period. Point blank. There's no other way. But that's not aligning with the will of the Most High. There's no scripture where it says, if you feel convinced in your heart, that this should be this way, this is how it's going to be. No, that's not how this show works. So I'll read this too. Controlling people often insist everyone do things their way, even when it comes to small issues that are a matter of personal choice. So you could be like, for example, your husband, he insists on wearing this pair of shoes or a hat or something. And you're like, no, babe, you don't need to wear that. Take that off. You need to wear this instead. And he's like, well, babe, I really want to wear this hat. I had this fit planned in my mind for so and so, so and so. The small issues. Small issues doesn't matter personal choice. Okay, if you want to wear that, okay, that's gonna be you. But they're gonna be looking crazy or whatever. But hey, it's the way you gotta say it. Like you don't have to. Oh, you need to take that off. You gonna put this on today. I already laid out your outfit. This how it's gonna be. No, it's okay to vibe out. Let people make their own choices. Some things are just a matter of personal choice. You can give your advice, your input in a nice, gentle way. If they don't want to take it, okay. You ain't gotta keep pressing the issue, pressing the issue. So that example I just gave y'all of what they just said. Your partner might insist you change clothes if you're wearing something they don't like. They may refuse to back down even after you make it clear you disagree with them. Plain. So another thing I put in my notes is that having a controlling spirit that's going unchecked can cause people to not even want to be around you, bruh. Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody has to put up with that. So you don't want to push people away from you because you just can't let go. It's generally what it is. You can't let go of certain things. You can't let go of certain situations. You don't want to be like that. That's offending the little ones. And importantly, the Most High. The Most High is not dealing with that. So we got to purge that spirit away from us. And being controlling can dim someone's light, somebody's spirit. Just like we were talking about, embarrassed, angry, inferior. Nobody wants to feel like that because we're no better than anybody. We're no better than anybody. We're just dust and ashes. We're just trying to make it. So we want to be that light. As women, we're supposed to be nurturing, gentle, kind. That's what attracts people in righteousness, not being controlling. You always gotta have this go this way and that and this, and you telling people what to do and then and that. No, it's okay to vibe out. We gotta know our roles as women. But to take a break really quick from this, I'm gonna get preset. Just going into how we should be as women, how we should approach things. All right, the classic Titus 2 and 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. So we got to be in behavior as become holiness. Having that controlling spirit, it doesn't align with this. See. But back to what I was saying, verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Simple. You can't be discreet if you're controlling. If you're overbearing, you're doing too much. So these are the things we gotta practice as women. I also want to get this, just pertaining to our husbands. Just pertaining to our husbands. Okay. Uh-oh. Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So we cannot control our husbands. As much as we may want to, we shouldn't, but Satan hops. We can't control them. And it's a hard thing coming from this world where women are put on this pedestal. They run the house, they set things in order, this and that. It's a complete mindset switch. And this is why we got to die daily to ourselves, because this is what the Most High has put on us. Eve, she transgressed, so we're in a situation. We have our desire to be to our husbands, and he shall rule over us. Not we, but he. So I'm gonna get the fruits of the spirit really quick. Because y'all know I love pouring the fruits of the spirit. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So controlling isn't in that. You know, if you are moving in the fruits of the spirit, you're not going to be controlling. You're not going to feel the need to control the situation because you have peace. You're at peace knowing that, okay, the Most High, His will is going to be done. I don't have to take control over this situation because the Most High has already got it figured out. I can be gentle in my speech with others because the Most High has already figured it out. And the Most High was gentle with me. I got to be gentle to my brothers and sisters. Period. So on and so forth. And yes, Timothy. Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach patience. So, if we say that we're servants of the Lord, we're daughters of Zion, striving for perfection, we gotta be gentle unto all men. We gotta be gentle. And this is repetitive, but you can't be gentle if you're controlling every single situation. Sometimes it's not always what you're saying that's controlling, it's kind of how you're saying it. And it's a real skill. It's a real skill trying to navigate that. I don't know who that is, but right. Exactly. But we gotta remember this right here. We can't strive because that's you don't want to be in a controlling spirit and then you're offending folks and now they got beef with you because you always feel like you can control their life, every aspect of their life. Like, who are you? I'm my own person. And you're not even saying it in the way that you should say it because you're not being patient, you're not being gentle. So now you're off. You're off. You ain't moving in the right spirit. And I'm gonna get Titus 3. This is the book. Just going to land back all of that last precept. To speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. So we got to be gentle and meek, man. And they're like polar opposites. You can't be controlling and gentle. You can't be controlling and meek. It's one or the other. We got to pick our battles in these last days. And I'm gonna get this last one before we go back to the article. It's Colossians 4. This is one of my favorite precepts. I try to remember this because it speaks volumes to me, especially when it comes into certain points of attention. This is the book of Colossians chapter 4 and verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. So when we feel ourselves wanting to have things go a certain way, you gotta kind of deep breath. Let me think about what I'm gonna say. Make sure that it's with grace and seasoned with salt, and that the way I'm gonna answer is not gonna be offensive. It's gonna Lord gonna come out good. So, and when I say that, I'm gonna give like some examples. Like controlling speech can be, oh, you need to do this. No, I don't know why you're doing that. You need to be doing this, this, and that. You need to go to, and if you notice, if you just sit back and notice when you talk to people, some people don't say it right. Some people in the world, they really like to control people. They like certain way. Sometimes it could be parents, it could be, older family members. They like, oh, because they feel like they've been there, they've done that. You need to be doing this and this. They see something not going how they would imagine in your life. You gotta do this and that. We can't let those spirits hop on us. We can't bring that stuff into the truth. It's just not going to work. So, all that, do this, do that. No. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt. So, going back to the article, the second reason they refuse to accept blame. No one likes to admit they made a mistake, but people who are controlling seem incapable of admitting fault. Even when their actions are clearly the issue, they'll find some way to blame you for what went wrong. It may be as petty as accusing you of distracting them when they made a mistake. This was deep. This was deep. And just from what I've observed, a lot of problems with, sisterhood and really Israel as a nation in general, people don't like to take accountability. Everybody wants to be righteous and Proverbs 31 and we're doing this, we're doing that, we're keeping these laws, this and that. But when you go off, when you fall, just man falls 7 times, some people have a hard time admitting that they were wrong. They want to blame it on, oh, I was just saying, this, that. Oh, well, it really wasn't like that. It was like this. And well, that person did this. So what am I supposed to do? You feel me? Like, we can't have that type of spirit about us. We got to be able to take accountability for our actions. We got to be able to take accountability for our actions. So I'm going to get 2 precepts. I'm going to 2 precepts. And I meant to bring this one out before for the insist that you have it your way. So just act like I brought it out. This is Acts chapter 21 and verse 14. So going into, we're backtracking. I forgot this precept. I got to bring it out. So going back to the first reason where I said, where the website said, controlling people insist that they must have things go their way. So it reads, and when he would not be persuaded, we ceased, saying the will of the Lord be done. So when things don't go our way in life, and it could be, I could bring up a million situations, a million, but if you know. So if we're persuading people, we're pleading with people, hey, this, you need to do this, and oh, it should be this way. Eventually we gotta cease. We gotta cease and be like, hey, the Lord's will be done. The will of the Lord be done. This is what Paul said. We don't have to go back and forth with people. We don't have to continue to just build a case and plead and go back. We don't have to do that. Most likely not call us to do that. And go back to my favorite precept. One of my favorite precepts, Titus 3:10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject. And I will go into that definition of heretic for y'all. So, okay. Schismatic, fictitious, a follower of false doctrine, fitted or able to take or choose a thing. So, basically, somebody who's not trying to hear what you're saying, they're just stuck in their own mind, they're convinced. Just let it go. You didn't tell them once, you didn't tell them twice. Just let it go. It's okay. It's okay. But going back to refusing to accept blame and having no accountability, I want to give 1 John chapter 1. And it reads, if we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. So we cannot be over righteous, being proclaimers of, oh, I've never done anything wrong, I'm very righteous, I have nothing to work on, I did everything in whatever situation the complete right way. No, we got to be able to be humble and be able to take a step outside of ourselves and be like, okay, I could have said this a little gentler. I could have went about this a different way. I could have used different terminologies. We don't want to be made a liar. We don't want to be made a liar because the Most High will expose us. because he knows every single thing, every single work that we've done. So going back to the article, the next thing, they need to be the center of attention. If you have a victory, no matter how small, you can count on the controlling person in your life to try to upstage you. They want to be in the limelight regardless of the circumstances. And this is just off. We shouldn't be seeking no type of center of attention, preeminence, vainglory. That's not what this truth is about. Not even in the slightest. And I'm gonna get Philippians 2 and 3. It reads, "Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves." It just goes into being humble. So we shouldn't be doing anything out of vainglory. If a sister said, "Oh yeah, girl, I just finished school and I got my degree and some or whatever, I just finished the whole Bible, whatever it is." "Oh, sis, I done read the Bible about 5 times already. You just now." No. But in lowliness of mind, that's being humble. Let each esteem other better than themselves. It's simple. Put others before yourselves. Don't try to stomp somebody down, bring them down to a low step. No, that's not love. That's not the fruits of the spirit, and that's not of Yahweh Shem Shai. And I'm gonna get the book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 22. And it reads, "In all thy works, keep to thyself in all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor." So you don't want to leave a stain in your honor. You don't want to be that sister, "Oh dang, I can't even, you know, rejoice and be glad about, what the Most High did for me, because this is always trying to upstage me. She's always trying to one up me. She's always trying to outdo me." Nobody wants to be around nobody like that. You will have no friends, no sisters, no nobody if you move in this type of spirit. We can't be like that. So in all that words, keep to thyself the preeminence. Keep it to yourself. If you feel like you done did something that's better or whatever, first, rebuke it. Rebuke it. Put that away. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. And so going back to this. That's what I want that. They're unpredictable. Let me check on my mics. They're unpredictable. They will keep you uncertain about what they will do next. They may swing between telling you how great you are and sulking because you don't do what they want. The goal is to keep you guessing and focused on them. And this is just pure manipulation right here. It's pure manipulation. You boosted somebody up. "Oh yeah, you're so great. You're amazing. You're like the best person ever." Da, da, da. But then you turn around and you're like, "Bro, you're literally just the worst person ever. Like, you treat me so horribly. Like, I can't even believe that you would do that. Like, why would you even do that?" It's manipulation. And most times not dealing with that. So I'm going to get James 1:8. And it reads, "A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." So the Lord's not dealing with manipulation. The Most High is not dealing with making people feel one way and then making them feel another and then making them feel another. You got to make up your mind. Are you going to be sincere or are you going to be ingenuine? Because if you're bold, then you're unstable. You're unstable in all your ways. So we got to make sure that we're very predictable. People should be able to come to us and be like, "Okay, I know this sister, she gonna have my back. She's gonna uplift me. If I tell her, I need advice with this, I know she's not gonna be overbearing and trying to rule over my life. She's gonna hear me out. It's gonna be a peaceable conversation." So they lie. They lie, and we shouldn't be lying anyways in this truth. But this is a trait of controlling behavior: lying. Controlling people want to control your reality. Truth is the bedrock of reality. They will try to deny your reality by lying about their behavior or yours. They may insist you're the crazy one when you try to contradict them. So This is just pure madness right here. Pure madness. It's pure madness. We shouldn't be lying at all. At all. And this is manipulation too. This is manipulation too. And most High's not dealing with that. This is Sirach chapter 20 and verse 26. The disposition of a liar is dishonorable, and his shame is ever with him. And I'm gonna get the definition of this disposition for y'all. If it wants to load up. Let's see. Okay, there we go. The predominant or prevailing tendency of one's spirit, natural, mental, and emotional outlook or mood, characteristic, attitude, temperament, makeup, nature. So if you have the nature of a liar, you have tendencies of a liar. What did the scripture say? Dishonorable, and his shame is ever with him. You will forever have shame on your name, a stain on your honor. That's not, nobody likes a liar. I know I don't. I hate liars. I hate. Just keep it real. It's simple. Keep it real. And that's really all I had for this one. I'll read this just for the okie doke, but that's really all I have for y'all today. I'll bring out one closing precept and then I'll bring out the definition of control so we know. But yeah, y'all can definitely read the rest of this on y'all's own. It goes into all this type of stuff. Lord willing, we can purge off the spirit of wanting to be in control, and Lord willing, we don't have anybody in our lives that are controlling. And Lord willing, if we do, we can gently let them know, hey, I don't feel comfortable. I feel like you're kind of controlling in this, and this. I just want to let you know. We fight this together. Because some people might not know. Some people might not know that they're being controlling. And Lord forbid, it's coercive control. And, this is something that we don't want to harbor in our spirits or have around us. So the definition of control, let's get, okay. The power to restrain something, especially one's own emotions or actions. So we got to have control over our own actions. That's the good control that we want. We want the power to restrain our emotions, our tendencies to control others and their situations. And this is the one we don't want. The power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events negatively. Now, we have the power to influence people, provoke people to good works. Of course, by all means, please. But controlling and, demeaning and condescending, that all those things are not edifying. They're not profitable to other people's spirits nor ours. So it's okay to just chill, vibe. Lord willing, we can, remove any controlling spirits if they are on us, or forbid. But, it's very much a spirit that is prevalent in some people. So I'm going to get this last precept. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. So we got to obey those that have rule over us, submit ourselves unto them. Most importantly, how about Shemai Shai? We got to submit ourselves to him, because they ultimately have rule over us all of our lives. We got to submit ourselves to him, obey him and his laws, statutes, commandments, and his words. He watches for our soul. All praise Most High. Hallelujah for that. So we got to make sure we keep that in mind. I love y'all so very much. And I pray So I can't read these comments. I pray the list was edifying for y'all, and that y'all have a blessed Shabbat for those keep it set apart, holy. Get some good rest, get some good studying in. And Khan says, Shalom. This will be saved. As soon as I click in stream in a few seconds, you'll see it pop up on my thing, my channel. So the water sis for saying that in the comments. But I love y'all so much. Shalom.